Thank you, Galina, and hello, everybody. I just wanted to start by sharing just one graph about the state of investment in the UK. And the reason I want to do that is because we read about a lot of, let's say, doom and gloom, but actually the investment universe is still pretty healthy in what we see in a lot of respects. So this is equity investment in the UK. This is Bohurst Data, their provider of data. And they've scraped this information, I believe, from Companies House. And you'll see the number of deals has come down somewhat from last year, from 7,500 to 4,600. And the amount raised has come down too. But you'll see that the long-term trend is still a positive trend. And I think let's kick off today by just starting with that, because it's an important message. And we operate, obviously, at the early stage. We'll come on to that, but I think it's important to see that part of the funding. So where we are at Love Ventures is we are an early stage investor. We specialize in three verticals. FinTech is just one of them. And I'm going to share some slides with you today about what we do and where we operate. So we invest in disruptive technology companies that are reimagining how and where we spend our time and money. And FinTech is just one of those verticals. And for us, it's a large one. It represents about 35% plus of where we invest. We're a small and growing team in London, and we've built up a fairly substantial track record. And we've done that by getting strong deal flow from the entrepreneurs that invest with us, and also those we've invested into. We think in the UK it's an important ecosystem where existing founders, when they exit, they come back into the system with new companies, new capital, new ideas. It's exactly what's happened in Silicon Valley for 50 years, and it's happening here now in the UK. So the reason we invest in those verticals, and let's dwell on finance in particular, is because we invest in companies that are solving huge problems and in even larger sectors. So finance is obviously a massive one. And if we look at FinTech, generally speaking, in the UK, it's still one of the largest invested sectors, not just here, but across Europe and indeed globally. So you've heard from Mike how London remains a global financial hub. It's partly because we have a very accommodating regulatory body in the FCA. They have sandboxes which enable developers and early stage companies to develop their ideas and spin out and get supported by incubators at the very early stage. We invest just beyond that, so pre-Series A is where Love Ventures invests. But we're really excited in the UK right now. We think we're on to what we call FinTech 2.0. So FinTech 1.0 was challenger banks like Revolut, which we invest into as angels. But we're particularly excited now about the shifting payments landscape. We get excited about long forgotten businesses and corporate banking. So we call that banking as a service. We want to improve access to finance, because that can be powered by open banking. And I'm going to give some examples. And also we like autonomous finance, where algorithm-driven financial services can help make decisions or take action on the customer's behalf. And finally, we like decentralized finance and blockchain as an underlying technology that powers the rails of financial services rather than the crypto or NFT use cases we've seen to date. And for those who follow the news closely, we've had one this week where a famous platform in crypto land's come under pressure and been bought by the number one operator. We won't go into details there, that's for another day, but it shows that environment is nascent, and we want to invest really in the rails and the infrastructure of FinTech rather than, say, the crypto that sits on top of it.